swear this is getting out of hand. It's like every passing day this house gets messier and messier. I swear I'm starting to think that they're doing it on purpose. But I will say it's not as bad, at least compared to the previous tenants who were here. So many urine bottles. And I will also say this much, they at least clean up after themselves. Sometimes. Although lately it seems like they're doing it out of spite. I don't know what for, but I guess that's them. Alright, should be almost done here. Just gotta give this spot a little more of a scrub. And done. Nothing like some good old-fashioned elbow grease and soap. Let's just hope that this time they'll try not to make such a mess here. Oh, hello there. I didn't hear you come in. Are you okay? You looked very confused. A prank? I can assure you that this is no prank. And I need to ask, how did you get in here? I certainly did not hear the front door open. You did what? What is wrong with you? Don't you know it's dangerous breaking into your own house through a window? Not to mention the amount of rumors and unwanted attention it will bring. How rude. That is no way you should be talking to a lady such as myself. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to check and make sure you didn't break the windows on your way in. Can't have you getting hurt from leftover glass shards. I don't see any glass shards. And it looks like the windows are still intact. Oh, I see. You opened them from the outside. That explains why you left the windows cracked open. Well, of course I've noticed. I figured that maybe you wanted a draft to come in the house. Not to mention it definitely helps to vent the house while cleaning. I am not a thief. And yes, this may be a strange sight to see, but I am far from being estranged. With that said, allow me to introduce myself. I am Miss Brianna Clementine, but you may call me Miss B for short. And before you ask, yes, I am a ghost. No need to introduce yourself. I am fully aware of who you are. I was looking through those documents you were signing during the leasing process. That, and I picked up your name from the realtor during the tour. Well, it's important to have an idea about who's going to be staying under this roof. We don't need some random hooligan up to no good in here. Not in my master's house. Oh yes, you see, this house used to belong to my master a long time ago. How dare you? I am not ancient. I'll have you know that I'm only... let's see... my last birthday just passed a few weeks ago, so I would have been 170 years old if I were still alive today. Oh, for the love of... Word of advice. Avoid calling a woman old or any similar synonyms at any cost. I'll have you know that many will find that quite offensive. It's all right. All is forgiven. I'm not surprised you seem startled by my presence. I don't exactly make my presence known to the tenants here, you know. Isn't it obvious? I usually tend to scare them off, which isn't something I want since the house needs to stay under someone's contract. You see, this house once belonged to my master, Mr. Jose Camelo. He was the one who hired me along with various others. My master is such the sweetest and most patient of souls that I could have had the chance to work with. As you know, time gets the better of us. Many of his servants came and went, but I was the only one that remained. Oh yes, for over 30 years to be exact. He considers me one of the best, and I work both day and night to keep that title. Anyways, as I said before, time gets the better of us. Well, him, specifically. Upon his deathbed, he asked me to take care of this house for him. It was his last dying wish, and of course I had to fulfill it. Following his death, he had written in his will for a majority of his assets to go to me, along with the house. Of course, his remaining family, who were a bunch of extremely ungrateful and spoiled brats, by the way, did not like this, and they used every dirty trick in the book to get me to give in and sell the house off to them. Obviously not. They came close, but I stood my ground. In the end, they gave up, and I kept the house intact, just as he asked. And of course, not even I could escape the hands of time, or so I thought. When my time came, I was expecting to enter into the afterlife, but instead, I woke up and found myself making eye contact with my own dead body. Yes, it was quite a weird and surreal experience, to be sure, but at the same time, I was too focused on trying to figure out why I remained here as a ghost. No, I never could figure out why my soul remained here. But I like to believe that it had something to do with my master's final wish, to ensure that I take good care of his house. And so I dedicated the rest of my eternity to doing just that. It was not easy, of course. So many have come and gone, and I was a bit disheartened to see some of the many relics of this house pass being removed or rotting away. There was even a time where I tried to make my presence known to the other tenants to this house, such as yourself, but I inadvertently scared them away. And I certainly didn't want the house itself to perish, so I kept quiet, watching and listening. But of course, not all of the tenants who have resided here have had the same level of care and respect as I do. There were many troublemakers I've come across, and I obviously couldn't just stand idly by and watch them trash what was once my master's place of residency. Let's just say I did what I had to do, which honestly wasn't much considering how easy it is to scare them off. But I will say, after cleaning the messes you were making, I thought you were one too. But perhaps I have misjudged you. Tell me something. You made these messes on purpose, didn't you? And I figured as much. It was starting to get more and more obvious. So you did it to catch a potential thief, is that correct? Well, rest assured, I am certainly not a thief. I unfortunately cannot leave this property, even if I wanted to. Do not apologize. I understand your concerns. I am just grateful that we managed to get a better understanding of the situation. Yes, feel free to ask. Not necessarily. I serve my master, but since he has passed, I more or less serve what remains of him, which would be this house, of course. However, since you are the new owner, or rather master of this house in particular, I more or less do have to serve you to some capacity. You wish to see what I look like? Of course. I've been invisible for so long, I've forgotten to make my physical appearance visible for others. Here, give me a second. How's this? Is this much better? Is something wrong? You suddenly went all quiet. Oh, well, thank you. That is awfully kind of you to say. Well, it seems that when I became a ghost, I retained my appearance back when I was a young adult. By the way, shouldn't you get going? It is almost time for your shift, is it not? Don't worry about the mess. I will take care of it. No, it's all right. It is my duty, after all. There is no need for repayment. Very well, but wouldn't that be rather difficult, seeing as I am a ghost? Oh, very well then. Now, you must hurry or you will be late. Yes? The pleasure is mine as well. I am looking forward to a long-lasting relationship between the two of us.